Well, good morning, everybody. It's Andrea from the Schmidt House. Everybody's still asleep in the house. It's the early morning, probably around 6 o'clock, Friday the 13th here in December. And I wanted to make a video today about a surgery I'm going to have later this morning because, from what I can tell, it's fairly common and people might have questions about it. So, it's for carpal tunnel. So, about 3 years ago, I started noticing my hands were falling asleep at night. It wasn't really significant at first. I didn't know what it was. I checked into a couple of other different things, like possibly mold. That's something that can cause your hands to fall asleep. Just wasn't sure. Checked into several different things. Everything turned out negative. So I finally talked to my doctor in June of this year, and she had recommended that I try some splints. I had actually already done all of that, and it didn't really work. But I tried a little bit more for my wrists, for my elbows. Still didn't work. Every night at this point, my hands were falling asleep, especially when I bent my elbows. It was waking me up, affecting my sleep. Last night, my hands both fell asleep again. So just done and over with. So I called her back and I said, okay, I've tried the other stuff again. It's not working. What's the next step? So she sent me to see a local specialist, an orthopedist. They handle this type of thing. So I went in, he checked it out, immediately said, yeah, it's probably carpal tunnel. But let's get it confirmed because it could be an issue in your neck and not your hands. So we went to, did a nerve study at another local specialist doctor, and I asked him, can you make sure that it's not in my elbows? Because it has tended to happen only when I bent my elbows. Even coming into work in the mornings, drinking my coffee, my fingers would fall asleep. Maybe not the whole hand, but my thumb and my index finger, which is a clear sign of carpal tunnel syndrome. So they checked that and they said, no, my right hand is pretty bad. My left hand is more medium, but they said, even if you have mild symptoms, how it affects you is different for everyone. So they said they would, based on all the evidence and everything they had and how it was affecting my sleep, they would recommend surgery. So that's what's going to happen this morning. It's being done in the office, not in a hospital. I did have the option of doing it in the hospital, much more expensive. So we're just going to do it in the orthopedist's hospital. I'm sorry, in his clinic, or his doctor's office, same place I had the doctor's appointments. They're going to go in this morning, and it's a local anesthesia, so I'm not going to be put out. I'll be awake during the surgery, and that's one of the things they asked. They said, "Do you think you're going to be freaking out while this is happening?" And I don't think I would, but they said they would recommend taking a Valium beforehand just to make sure, because if I did start to freak out, they would have to take me over to the surgery center at the hospital, and it could be a much worse situation. I think I would be fine, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Valium they prescribed this morning. Just one. They gave me two. I'm just going to take one, which is what they recommended, to start with one. So I'll take that about an hour before I go in for the surgery. The surgery is at 9. We're going to leave the house at 8, get there about a 30-minute drive. So I'll take that around 8 o'clock this morning. No fasting is required since it's local anesthesia. So I'm going to go back in and drink a cup of coffee here in a few minutes. They recommended that I take 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol. So I'll do that. The week leading up to it, I've been washing my hands with antibacterial soap, which they recommended. They said no ibuprofen, so no Advil, nothing like that, which has not been that big a deal. Trying to think if there were any other recommendations leading up this week. No lotion. We had no lotion because Avery had some really dry hands here lately, and so Carrie's been putting lotion on her. So Carrie's going to drive me because I'm taking the Valium. They said I need to have somebody drive me in and then drive me back home. If I didn't take the Valium, they said I could drive right home. So evidently, once I get done with the surgery, I think it's supposed to take half an hour or less. I'm supposed to have my hand basically completely wrapped up so I won't be able to see anything for 3 days, and then I'll be able to take the bandage off and basically do anything I want at that point up to my pain tolerance. And then here in, I think, 14 days, I think December 26th is the next appointment, they'll take the stitches out. So we'll see how that goes, and then we'll schedule it being done on the right hand. They recommend doing your non-dominant hand first. That way you kind of know what you're getting into, and you know how much you can get away with when you get your dominant hand done. Some people will have what's called bilateral, and that means they're doing both hands at the same time, but you have to have a really good relationship and with your husband or wife. So I just assume do one hand at a time. That way I can still take care of myself and do things on my own. Just think that'll work out better for us. So we'll try to do a little videoing today, and I'll talk to you afterwards. Some of the stuff I told you, they may tell me something different when I go in today, so I'll update that if I do. So hope y'all enjoy this little video and learn a little bit about carpal tunnel surgery, especially if it's something you might have to do. Okay, well, Carrie just left to take the girls to school. He was going to handle that this morning, so I could just try to finish up a few things here before we leave. It's about 7:15, 7:20 now, so we'll be leaving in about half an hour to head that way. I decided to go ahead and eat a cheese stick just before I take this medicine. The Valium said, or it's actually some other name on here, diazepam, said it could upset your stomach. So just ate a cheese stick and had a cup of coffee this morning, so hopefully that'll make me be okay. I forgot to take my wedding ring off, so I'm about to do that real quick. Can't have anything on my wrist. Just went and washed my hands again with antibacterial soap real good. I'm sure they're going to do all that once we get to the doctor's office. So I'm not sure how much we'll record actually in the doctor's office, but I'll definitely show the before and afters of my hand and kind of talk y'all through what happened. So I'm going to show you my hand right now so we have something to compare it to after the surgery. Okay, so I managed to take my wedding ring off. Yeah, that was a pain in the neck. So anyways, that's what my hand looks like right now. My understanding is the surgery is going to be right here in that area of my palm. And then I'm going to have some bandages pretty much all around my hand that I'll have to wear for 3 days. So at least we got a comparison now. So we'll check it out after the bandages come off in 3 days, what we can see. And then eventually once the stitches come out in about 14 days. Okay. Okay, so we just got here to the doctor's office. I took the Valium here about 30 minutes ago. I don't really feel anything yet, but we'll see. It's supposed to kick in between 15 minutes and an hour. So we're going to head in and then we'll check back in with you when we come out. Okay, so Doc just came in and gave me a numbing shot. I've got to wait 20 minutes now. It was pretty painful. He sprayed some really cold stuff on there, and that was freezing, and then I guess he immediately went with the needle to help ease the shock, but I don't know if you want to video my hand. It's kind of, it was all swollen a minute ago, but just gave me the shot right there. So then I'm going to wash my hands here in a few minutes with some foaming soap, and then I guess everything will start in about 20 minutes. So far, so good. Okay, all done. My hand feels totally weird right now, completely asleep. I'm supposed to keep my arm up and move my fingers. I have to keep this on for the next 3 days, and then I can take it off, take a shower.
How long did it take?
It only took, so it was like 20 minutes to get the numbness done, and that hurt. And then it was only probably 5 minutes for the surgery itself. So, and then they put, I think, 2 stitches in it. So I'll have to be back on the 26th in about 2 weeks for a checkup. Okay. Okay, so it's Monday afternoon. Just got home from work. I'm going to take off the bandage. They said I could do it on day 3. And they said that surgery day was day 0. So that was Friday. Saturday was day 1. Sunday day 2. Today's day 3. They didn't say what time, but it's been day 3 for 12 hours or 10 hours, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. It really hasn't hurt too bad. I took a little bit of Tylenol and Advil, rotated it over the weekend here and there, but I take some at 8 o'clock at night, and then I wouldn't take anything again until the next morning, and I seem to sleep fine. I'm also going to show you, I'll take a picture and post this later or somewhere in the video about the post-op instructions, just what to do with your hand afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. See what it looks like. You want to pull some off, Avery? Can you unwrap it for me?
Maybe you're almost
Okay.
like a doctor.
That's good. Now we gotta
Mommy
undo
wants to be a
this.
doctor when she grows up. Don't you, honey?
No, I want to be a teacher.
Oh, teacher, okay.
Okay, that kind of hurt.
Be careful, Mama.
Okay. Hopefully this isn't gonna be gross. It's nice and sweaty though. Okay, so can you see it? See, there's a couple of stitches.
That's scary looking.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 stitches. Only 2 stitches, and my hand's sore because I haven't been at the right in here. It's sore. Look, it's bruised in there, and looks a little bruised right there, just discolored. But feels okay. It looks yucky.
It looks scary.
Yeah. Okay.
But hopefully it's going to make Mama's hand feel a lot better where she can sleep better at night.
Yep. Now I've got to keep stitches in it until the 26th, which is 10 more days. And I'll get the stitches out. Okay, we'll keep you updated as we go.
And then the other hand, correct?
Yep, and then I'll do my other hand, but probably not until January because they're moving offices right now. So, yeah, it hurt some, but it's okay. It'll be better in the end, okay? Okay, thanks.
We'll do it in a minute, okay?
Okay, so here are those post-op instructions I mentioned. If you're interested, you can maybe just pause it at this point and read them. I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to kind of slowly move down, and you'll just have to pause it. So if this is something that interests you, or you know somebody else that might be thinking about getting a surgery, maybe you could share this video with them or like it and subscribe to our channel. This is kind of a different video than most of our videos, but still hopefully something helpful to people. Or if you've had this surgery before, leave us a comment about how it went and what they did differently. Well, it's Wednesday evening, about 8 o'clock, and I thought I'd give a quick update on my hand and how things are going. You should have just seen the part where I took off the bandages Monday and I took my first real shower that evening and there were no issues. I was pretty gentle in the shower, and it still has some pain. I started doing a little bit more on Tuesday, and today I did quite a bit. I went grocery shopping, even washed a few dishes just to see how I did. After I get out of the shower, I've been letting it dry, just kind of dry out, but you can still see the stitches clearly, but there's really no swelling. I don't know if you noticed right in the center of my palm, right in here, it's bruised. I noticed right here at the base of my wrist, or where the cuts were made, right in that section is bruised, but right around the incision itself, really no bruising. But I guess today, based on Friday being day 0, I guess today would be day 5. I still have, what's today, the 18th till the 26th, so 8 more days until the stitches come out, so I'll have to get through Christmas with these in. That part doesn't really hurt. I have to be careful though. My thumb, if I try to lift something, what's weird is if I lift it like this, it hurts, but if I turn my hand around, which really doesn't make sense, it doesn't hurt so bad. But things are going well. You can still see my wedding ring indention. I'd had it on for 7 years and finally took it off when this was done, just because I was worried about swelling, and I'm not going to put it back on until the stitches are out. But anyways, just thought I'd check in just to let y'all know how it was going, and if anything changes, I'll check back in with you, or otherwise I may just let y'all know what's going on the day I get them removed. Can you see the camera? Smile. Okay guys, it's the day after Christmas, the 26th of December, and Merry Christmas for everybody from the Schmidt house. And I have my doctor's appointment this afternoon to get my stitches out. I'll show you here on my hand here in just a minute. My doctor's appointment's at 3:15. It's 3 o'clock. The parking lot is packed. So I may be sitting in there a little while waiting for just my stitches to be taken out. I've actually taken stitches out myself before, and I could probably do these, but I need to schedule the next appointment and kind of find out what's going on so I can get my right hand done. So I'll follow up with y'all here after I get the stitches out. And I'll show you my hand, what it looks like right now. I took the Band-Aid off earlier today, took a shower, and then I haven't put the Band-Aid back on. Really, every day it seems to be getting better and better. This morning I did a little work outside, cleaning behind one of our sheds. couple of days ago, I lifted a 50-pound bag of corn, put it in the feeder out at the pasture. I mean, I've been being careful, didn't put all the weight on my hand, and it's been okay. I mean, it still hurts a little bit if I move it certain ways, but it's getting better and better, I can tell every day. Okay, so let me show you my hand real quick, and then we're going to head into the doctor's office. And Avery decided to tag along today, right, Avery? Okay, let me show you my hand real quick. Okay, I don't know if you can see that real well, but here, let me try moving over in the shade. There we go. It's a little bit better. Right there. Okay, so I don't know if you can see my hand, but it's kind of dried out. I was pushing on it last night. I'm even pushing on it right now, and I mean, it's very hard, and there's a little bit of pain, but not too much. So we're gonna go in and get these stitches taken out. Okay, back out in the car. That was super quick. His assistant or nurse or physician's assistant or whatever, she came in and took the stitches out quick. He came in, checked on it. They both said I can't use lotion and I can't submerge it for the next 5 days still, since I kind of opened it back up, taking the stitch out, which barely any at all. And then he said after about 5 to 6, 7 days, about a week, to start rubbing on my palm, the middle of my palm, and count ABCs so I can rub everything. He said one of the risks is that I get some pain right there and it doesn't go away for several months, so that'll help to try to keep the pain from going away. But he said it looked good. He said let's go ahead and get the other one scheduled. So my right hand will be scheduled to get done in January. They're in the process of moving offices right now, so I'll probably be at the new clinic. I'm not sure if I'll do a video on that one or not, but please like and subscribe to our channel, like this video. If you have any questions about carpal tunnel, feel free to leave us a comment, share it with other people that might be interested in what it's like to get surgery done. Everything's going to be different with every doctor. He said there was another doctor here in the office that has his patients wear a bandage and a wrap and keeps their arm up like a sling. So everybody does it differently. But I'll show you my hand here close up here in just a minute. But as you can see, those stitches are out now. It's kind of hard and dry. They said I don't have to put a Band-Aid on it, let it air out unless I'm doing something dirty, and then put a Band-Aid on it here for the next few days at least. Okay. Well, all done. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks, and see you on the next one.